everybody, it is officially fall, which means we've entered the season of bonfires, fall festivals, Sunday night football, and incredible food. And so today on this episode of AC Jones Kitchen, I want to teach you my recipe for one of my favorite fall festival snacks. If you've ever been pumpkin picking or to a fall festival or a fall craft show even, this snack you can smell from a mile away. The smell of cinnamon just comes at you and it is amazing. And so I'm going to teach you my recipe for candied nuts today. It is super simple. It takes about an hour, but it is well worth it to make this recipe, and it's going to make your house smell like fall. So the first thing to consider when you're making candied nuts is which type of nut you're going to use. I a lot of times like to make a mix of different nuts just because everybody has their own preferences. So today I'm going to be working with almonds and cashews, but you can also use pecans, you can use walnuts, anything that you like. Feel free to use in this recipe, but regardless of what type of nut you're going to use, make sure that in total you have 1 pound of nuts. So the first thing that you need to do for this recipe is make an egg white wash. The egg white wash is going to help the cinnamon sugar stick to the nuts and make it clump up really nice so you sort of get that crunchy exterior on the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to take sort of a medium to large size bowl, one that can fit both the egg white wash and your 1 pound of whatever nut you decide to use for this recipe. And we're going to separate out the egg white and add 1 tablespoon of water to the wash. So once you have separated out your egg whites and you've poured in your 1 tablespoon of water, you're going to whisk it up until it's all nice and foamy. So after the egg white mixture is all nice and foamy, you can add your 1 pound of nuts. But before you do, stop to consider which type of nuts you purchased for this. In this bowl, I have roasted and salted almonds and cashews. I don't have to add salt to these. They are already salted. It's not a problem. They can go right into the egg white foam. But if you purchased raw nuts or if you purchased roasted nuts that are not salted, it is important on this step here to add 3/4 teaspoon of salt to your 1 pound of nuts before you put it into your egg white foam, all right? These are roasted and salted. I don't have to do it, but if they are not salted, make sure you add that 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And so I'm just gonna stir these around in here and make sure that that foam coats all of the nuts quite evenly. So I love an intense cinnamon flavor whenever I'm making these, so I use 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in 1 cup of sugar. And just make sure to stir that around so it all is nice and distributed in that sugar mixture. So before you add your cinnamon sugar to your nut mixture, just check the bottom of the bowl with your nuts in it to make sure that there's not too much excess liquid at the bottom of the bowl. If there's too much excess liquid, it can get a little bit soupy and they don't turn out quite as crunchy or quite as great in the end. So as long as there's not too much excess liquid in the bottom, you're fine to add the cinnamon sugar mixture straight into the nut and egg white foam. If it's a little bit too liquidy in the bottom, there's too much excess liquid there at the bottom, I usually just take a slotted spoon, I'll pull the nuts out and I'll put them in a separate bowl. But today I'm looking at this and this actually looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna add the cinnamon sugar mixture straight to my almonds and cashews here. So mix this around and we'll just pour it right over the top. There we go. And just sort of toss those around. Make sure they're all nice and coated. And once they are all coated, it's time to get our pan ready and set our oven. So for this recipe, you want to make sure you have a very large pan. We want to try and get these cashews and almonds or whatever nut you're using to sit in a single layer on the bottom. That'll just help them cook better, crisp up a little bit more. So make sure you have a very big pan for this. I like to use a disposable pan if possible, only because the sugar in this will create one huge mess for you to clean up in the end. But if I do use a regular pan for this, I will coat it in foil. It makes cleanup a little bit easier at the end. And then I always make sure to coat it in a very liberal amount of cooking spray, all right? So once your pan is coated in foil, cooking spray, whatever it may be, you can just take your mixture here and distribute it. I always like to try and get all the cinnamon sugar that I can out of it and just pour it on the top here. And then make sure that these are distributed into as much of a single layer as possible, just to help with the baking process. once these are done baking, you can just pull them out of the oven, let them cool, and put them in a serving vessel of your choice to eat and enjoy. So for those of you who have been to our Salvation Army Christmas benefit in the past few years, this is the exact recipe that I used for the candied nuts that we put out on the cookie table. If you're planning on coming to the Salvation Army benefit this year, tickets go on sale October 7th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Samba Auditorium's website. So make sure to get your tickets quickly. We sold out for the event last year. We hope to see you there again this year. We want to make our 5th anniversary for this event bigger than ever. And last year we were able to raise a little bit over $7,000 for the Salvation Army. This year I'm hoping to raise $10,000. So please be a part of that. Come on out, get your tickets Monday, October 7th at 10 a.m. I'll have the links to that website posted on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So click on that link, go get your tickets, and I will see you this Christmas at our Salvation Army benefit on December 21st. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell for notifications for more videos just like this one. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AC Jones Music. I am running a fall giveaway right now over on Facebook, so go check out the pinned post to see how you can enter to win an AC Jones coffee mug and some specialty roasted coffee straight from AC Jones. Go over on Facebook to check that out. It ends October 11th. Happy fall, and I will see you all next time on AC Jones Kitchen.